Good morning, Richard Nikoley here, freetheanimal.com. It's early morning Sunday my time, still Saturday afternoon for you guys in the U.S. And I've been up and took a walk already, up since 4. It's 5:30 now, and I'm just about to start tapping for Sunday scribbles, which I pretty much have mapped out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my post. I think I have a draft about censorship, which I talked about in another video, and I'm going to incorporate that. Just let it go. Put it in a members package, because that was going to be a members only post, but within any post I can create like a section that you have to be a member to. So and that's what I'm kind of talking about, is what I'm doing. It is just briefly, I have a membership blog. It's part of how I earn a living now. So I never blame anybody for not paying, right? So, if there's free content on the blog and that's what they wish to consume, and that's the limit of what they wish to consume, then it would be like having a store, right? You put a table out in front and big signs and say, free stuff. Well, there's certain people who are just going to come and take free stuff and leave, right? That's why stores pretty much don't do that. They discount stuff, whatever. So that's kind of analogous to having a post that's generally a public post, but then I have stuff for members only. What I want to talk about is fortune telling, and how, for those who might be, I'll be just full disclosure, this is somewhat of a sales pitch, I suppose you could say, honestly, of why you might want to say, hey, I'm just gonna subscribe, right? First of all, how's it go? I had really big business at the end of the year when I did a discount in combination with saying at the first of the year prices double, which I did, and prices are doubled. So it went from actually a little bit more. So, doubled exactly, from $6 a month to 12, from $50 a year to 100, and from 250 lifetime to 500. Still the prices, right? And how's that going? Well, you would say, well, it's the same even if I get half of the number of new subscribers, but I don't. No, it is hurt revenue, because I do get subscribers under that realm, but it's not as much as before. So it is losing me revenue. I have set my prices to certainly, but at least I know what the limit is, at least for me, right? So am I going to change it, roll it back? No. What I have to do is add the more value until people see it. And I'm by no means not the most. I mean, there's some that are like, there's some newsletters out there that are like $25, $50 a month, $300 a year, that sort of thing. I don't see many that offer any lifetime. So, but you have I've seen upwards of $50 a month, and I've seen upwards of $300 to $500 per year, right? So I'm not trying to compare myself to those in terms of content. I'm just saying, like, I'm not like crazy with the subscription, and I did the $6, $50 for a long time, and got several hundred subscribers, and they're sticking, and a lot of them those people are locked in for life, as long as they keep their subscription active. So that's incentive to keep it active, because if they let it lapse, sorry, when you come back, you're paying the higher price. got to do that. You've got to always do what you say, right? That you're going to do. Okay, but for what I've been doing with the way I'm doing content is I'm trying to look at things. Okay, all right, I have these ideas, and the way I express them are, somewhat my shtick, I guess you could call it, is that I don't lie. I just give it to you straight up, and the language I use gives you the sense that I'm not lying, because I don't have to use that kind of language. I could sugarcoat shit, right? But by not sugarcoating it and by accepting the consequences of that, then the people who are perceptive enough say, he ain't lying, right? Because most of the shit out there is lies. You know how you tell lies? Adverbs. Someone says, that's the truth. Could be. Maybe, probably is. If they say, it's really, 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 I'm really, really, really telling you the truth, it means they're lying. Simple. It's like almost every single time. When people use adverbs to emphasize, it means it's not, because you don't need to use adverbs, right? Adverbs are lies. That's how people lie. They lie with adverbs. So it's literally true. Literally is an adverb. That means it's not true at all. All right. Think about that. So, but anyway, a lot of people. So people consume. They go and they pay a subscriber because this guy basically tells them what they want to hear, and they do it in a style that people like, the writing and so on, and it's ideological, so it's like left, right, Democrat, Republican, and everybody consumes it. They're like, oh, I like this. Why do you like the guy? Because he tells you everything you know, which reminds me of fortune telling. So it's not so much. I don't know it's prevalent now. I don't watch daytime TV and see the advertisements, but I can remember way back, you have typically it's in the female realm where you have the ad of the fortune teller or whatever they are, the reader that, get your reading, that kind of thing, and then they would give clips of saying like of the person going like, wow. So I found this phrase. It's like people pay money to have someone tell them what they already know, right? So, you know what I mean, right? So, and these readers are skillful. So you've got a woman. Typically, the readers are women, and the consumers of that are women, right? Well, why does someone call up a reader? It isn't because they have a car problem that they need fixed, right? It's a certain set of shit, and typically it's going to be some sort of relationship stuff. So you can eliminate, so you can narrow it down to that right off the bat. And then it's a small set of things it's typically about, 9 out of 10 times, right? So by just cleverly, leading the witness, with questions in a skillful way, you're then zeroing in, and the person on the all this stuff, right? The person on the other end of the line is like, wow, how'd you know that? Right? So anyway, that's what my blog is not about. I'm not here to tell you what you already know. To the extent that our philosophies coincide, it's good. It's good, but I have a lot of subscribers who say I don't really. I know. I'll give a shout out to Charles. Charles R. He knows who he is, and he's fully admitted he's a lefty, right? But he subscribes. He pays me. Why? Because apparently I challenge, or I have information that he can't get from other sources. So what I'm trying to do here is when I do this, I'm like, okay, people are paying. So what do they? They need something beyond telling them, me telling them what they already know and say, oh yeah, I really like Richard. He's like, he's conservative. He's this or that. Or that. It's like, okay, well, but what does it do for you? What can you do? What can you now do that you didn't know to do before, or couldn't do before, or didn't feel right doing it before, and all the things. It's like, okay, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to do this, or I didn't know that, or whatever. Like, and so it can even be philosophical. So like that, I'm going to do this thing on censorship. I think pretty much I'm going to incorporate it into this this deal. And so, why? Well, because when you understand and get rid of the illusions that there is no such thing as free speech. I'm going to show you. There's no such thing as free speech. There's no such thing as freedom of the press. There never, ever, ever has been. Right? That's a powerful realization. Right? That's a powerful realization. Right? It can make you money. Or it can allow you to do something like I do, where money isn't, like, remember what I say, money is worthless if you have a shitty life. So I have a life that is better than 95% of people out there. And I don't have more money than 95% of people out there, I assure you, right? So that's just two things. It's making more money, or modifying your life in such a way that money just isn't much money. Once you get above what you need to live, then it's not really. I'm not looking around. I need a lot of money. I don't really, just make a little more. That's good, right? Anyway, I'll get to tapping now.